Florence, the world capital of the Renaissance. The Basilica of St. Mary of the Flower presides over the middle of the old city. Its massive dome has achieved world renown as a technical tour de force. Just as spectacular is the prime tourist attraction Ponte Vecchio. The city flourished and set the standards of European art and culture. A few kilometers outside the busy city, in the center of the Chianti Classico region, we find the tiny idyllic village Sant'Andrea in Percosina, and along with it, Antica Fattoria Machiavelli, which is steeped in history. Here we also find the single vineyard Vigna di Fontale, a steep slope planted with the classical varietals Sangiovese Grosso and Canaiolo. The source of a spring is located in the vineyard, and this most favorable location for the vines was named after it. Fontale means small spring in English. It's the extraordinary quality of the classic wines from Vigna di Fontale that has led to the high profile of Antica Fattoria Machiavelli worldwide. This is based on 4 points: terroir, autochthonous varietals, healthy ripe grapes, and savoir-faire. Tradition and innovation are not in opposition, at least not at Machiavelli, where both elements complement each other and are deliberately applied. The savoir-faire passed down for centuries, as well as the most modern, sophisticated technology, form the basis for quality. Whoever wants to feel a breath of ghost stories is in the right place. In Sant'Andrea in Percosina, one of the greatest political thinkers in the early modern era lived here, after being exiled by the Medici in Florence, Niccolò Machiavelli. Upon returning to his remote and humble winery, Niccolò wrote his work Il Principe, the Prince. Today the building is a museum treasure. However, the old wine cellars are lively with activity. Niccolò Machiavelli himself was an ambitious wine grower, a protagonist for quality viticulture, and he was fascinated by the spirit of wine. In the cellar from the 15th century, the wines of Antica Fattoria Machiavelli age in large oak barrels, using traditional methods. Here we are in Machiavelli's historic wine cellar. Machiavelli is a wine estate that has very special value, particularly from a historico-cultural perspective. Niccolò Machiavelli lived in this house. Here he also wrote his world-renowned work Il Principe, the Prince. We have at our disposal over 26 hectares of vineyards in production. Primarily, we produce 3 wines from these vines. One is Chianti Classico Riserva Vigna di Fontale, which was already being vinified during Machiavelli's time. But we also produce a Chianti Classico called Solatio. Its name refers to the fact that the vines enjoy full sun the entire day. And finally, we produce still another wine with the appellation IGT, which is vinified from the varietal Sangiovese. It's the main varietal in this region, and you could call it the king of the Chianti Classico area. We add a bit of Cabernet Sauvignon to it in order to create more international and harmonious wine stylistics. In contrast, the Chianti Classico Riserva Vigna di Fontale is only vinified from Sangiovese grapes. It thereby corresponds 100% to the style of the Chianti Classico region. Opposite, the Albergaccio Machiavelli invites you to sumptuous dining pleasure. Delicacies from Tuscany and regional specialities are expertly prepared. For example, bistecca alla Fiorentina. The meat used for this beefsteak is fillet or tenderloin from the grey oxen of Tuscany, which belong to the Chianina breed. Traditionally, it's grilled over a fire. Using this simple method, they turn out best, over the hot embers and lightly salted. Served in the Albergaccio, where long ago Niccolò Machiavelli enjoyed such treats. And how does it taste? Absolutely delicious. Excellent wines from vineyards of a special character. 500 years of wine growing history. It's not without reason that Antica Fattoria Machiavelli epitomizes the Italian wine renaissance and has taken a permanent place in the enology of Tuscany.